Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Christine, and it is bloody cold today, but the sun is out because it's been looking like Oregon for the past. I've never been to Oregon, but I'm assuming if I were to live there, the way they talk about how it rains and it's always gloomy, that's how it was the last few days this week. Today is Saturday, and even last week, I can't remember, but yeah, it's been gloomy. It has been kind of like this misty rain and cold. Today it's still cold, but at least the sun is out, and that is a good thing, I think. It's like a foreshadow to the weeks to come. Somebody has said we just made it out of the 12 weeks of darkness or something, like from November something to January 22nd has been the period of winter, or the darkest whatever winter, I don't know. But I like seeing the sun. I opened up my windows to get some sunlight in to warm up the place because my little box was freezing. I was gonna throw on my heater, but I was like, I don't want the heater. I just kind of want to sit in this cold, but I also want to be bundled up and have the light come in. Oh, hold on. Let me let Joji out because he wants to go out. You want to go out, Papa? There you go. Now with the door open, you might hear some action from outside. Cars, people, animals, whatever it may be. So yeah. This is almost like a trial run or a test run to see if my video will record the whole thing, because it's been acting very funky, and I'm just gonna chalk it up into like I need a new laptop. I'm gonna give this one to my daughter, and I'm gonna have a new one, and it's just gonna be better and greater because my video just stops. It continues recording, but the image stops, and then the last time that I did that, I just kept going, did a whole fucking amazing reading, which I realized was just for me, and then stopped it and waited for it to get like show up on my files, and it never did. And I was like, okay, so it has something's going on with my recording, my video recording thing. I might have to delete it and reinstall it. Maybe I need to do that instead of doing this and getting disappointed at the end. But hopefully I'm not gonna get disappointed. Today is the 25th. I should be getting my shoes. I bought new shoes for work. I should be getting them very soon. It's 25 degrees and sunny. Yay. It was in the 40s last night, dude. The mist was, at nighttime, the mist was like passing the lights, and it looked like snow, like flurries. But it was so cold. Anyway, so I'm here today to read because I'm in the mood. I'm feeling that intuitive flair come up, and I'm like, I could read some cards right now. Heck yeah. Now, I haven't done this in a while, and I think I'm gonna do it right now, is burn some Palo Santo. It's been a while. And yeah. I hope everybody's doing well. Oh, I'm like, no, my lighter's running out. It's so cold that this might take forever to like heat up. Let me see if I can find my gas. Well, where is it? I thought I had a jar of Palo Santo. You know what? I shall burn sage instead. I mean, the Palo Santo is burning very lightly, but it's burning right in that little corner. There's some smoke. You can't. Okay, it stopped. I was like, you can't see it. Oh wait, no, it's still there. It's red. I don't know if you can see the reds. You see the reds? See? It's really tiny. I don't know. I feel like I like that little bit of tiny. But it's about to get wiped away by my sage. Got these scraps. Sorry to have like such a serious vibe, but it's just me kind of like giving very little but giving at the same time. You know what that looks like? This. Yeah, sage wants to burn. Well, let's clear it up. Oh, I like how the smoke's going down my finger. That's cool. Looks like a little trail. My computer. Get all this energy off of you. Work for me. Work for me. Let's get the message out. Oh, Sage, it's been a long time, girl. You smell lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And you know what? I think I needed a nice sage burn around me because shit has been weird at my job. Not even gonna lie. Oh, shit's burning fast. Shit has been weird around my job. I feel it right here, right on my back, right in the center of my back where my neck is. It's no pain there. It's just I feel some density there. Yeah, let's get my sides. Sorry, I'm all baiting myself right now. Sorry, but not sorry. I'm not sorry. My heart space. You know, they're trying to make me not be who I am, and it's not like why is that happening to me? Because like I've heard it say. Like, why is this happening to me? Why are they putting restrictions on me? It's for a reason, you know? It's for a reason, and I need to look for the lesson in it. Maybe I'm too friendly? No, it's not me. It's nothing bad about me. I have to have better judgment or something. You know? Better judgment on people. I can't just be trusting in everybody. I blame my Venus Libra for that. I blame that bitch for just getting me in the weirdest situations. And my Virgo rising, you know, I blame her too. She's so charming when you first meet her. She's just like, oh my god. Like, you feel so good being around her in the very beginning. And then she changes into that Scorpio. And it's so different. It's like another personality. From open and absorbent to closed off, dense, and guarded. But then my Taurus moon makes people feel like I'm approachable because my Virgo's all like, oh yeah. And my Taurus is like, yeah, chill, you know, come in. And then my Scorpio is just looking at people like through their soul and making most people uncomfortable, but other people comfortable because of my Taurus moon. Then my Libra Venus is like flirtatious as fuck. She gets all up into everybody's clothes. Literally. Smelling, sniffing, hugging. I mean, I don't know. I think she has a problem. And my communication skills, you know, they're very clear when I want to be. And like absent when I want to be. I can go quiet like for long periods of time. My brother used to say, "Look at you standing there like a statue." Yeah. And somebody once said I'm stoic, but now I'm starting to think stoic sounds a lot like statue and statuesque. I don't know. Okay, so while I'm shuffling, I'm gonna just talk randomly about my life. I decided not to go to the store. It's a beautiful day. I should probably go to the store, but as I'm talking and stuff, I'm wasting time. I have to be at work today at 3, and Jojo does need wet food. He does have hard food, like a whole thing he can just have access to all day. But the wet food, I like to give him one in the morning. But yeah, I don't get a flipper. What we got? The Hierophant. That's so funny. I was reading. It's not that funny, but it's coincidence, I guess, is what I'm really saying when I say that. I was reading a meme, and it was actually, I'm gonna read it because I sent it to my friend. Because at the very end of it, it had me tearing up and shit. And it was just on Instagram. It was like a poem of each tarot card, or the set that she did in her her post. And I was reading the Hierophant and it had me crying, man. So excuse me. What's the different? This just popped up and I read it real quick, but it's like, why are people so heated about the Earth being flat and round? Like, who gives a fuck? We're here. We're on this plane. Like, who gives a shit what if it's flat or round? They were like, the moment you realize the first person that proved the Earth is flat was murdered. Amelia Earhart. Okay. I don't know. Maybe there's another. If it's flat, that means there's, as above, so below, there's a whole nother world underneath or something, like, maybe. Anyway, going off topic, off track, I'm going to read the post about the Hierophant. It was nice. And I love the way they did a little poem for each, the 4 tarot cards they did. They did one for the Wheel of Fortune, Death, Devil, Star, and the High Priestess, which I like that one too. I think I'm going to read that one. But the Hierophant, it said, like, the title, I guess, is The Hierophant Means Tradition. Then it goes into the poem. The Hierophant is a family recipe that gets written down only after 5 generations have passed. It is a slow burn that will pay off. Initials carved into concrete, a polyglot, a heart-shaped locket with a yellow photograph of people you resemble but don't recognize. It is holding your childhood friend's newborn baby and also feeling like you've met them before. That's it. But that last part had me tearing up. But I want to read it one more time since I kind of I don't know, just kind of wanted to get it into your mind. The Hierophant is a family recipe that gets written down only after 5 generations have passed. It is a slow burn that will pay off. Initials carved into concrete. A polyglot. A heart-shaped locket with a yellow photograph of people you resemble but don't recognize. It is holding your childhood's friend's newborn baby and also feeling like you've met them before. It's something that's so long-lasting. It's something that's been there. The recipe after 5 generations, initials in concrete, an old photograph of people that you look like. It's like a resemblance in life with not just people but like places and things. It's a view. It's a view. Because everything they're talking about is something that you're looking at. And it holds like weight to it. Something that's trapped in time. and that's just there, you know. So it representing the hermit was interesting because the hermit to me is tradition. Yeah, that's what it said. The hermit is tradition. But when I think about tradition, I think of like society, like traditional ways of doing things. And in my world, it would be get married, no, get a job, save up. Definitely the job part is like key. It was like make sure you get a job and a good job that pays because, you know, you need to sustain your own life. And, you know, in my life, marriage and children were never pressed upon. It was never pressed upon me like you should have kids. Now, having a person, like a boyfriend, a Christian one, was like the only thing that was ever pushed on me. And not even pushed, but just always mentioned every chance my grandmother had a chance. She would say like, oh, you need to find yourself a good Christian man. That's all she would say. Not have babies. Oh, when am I gonna have a grandchild? Or I think my mom probably said it one time before I actually had a kid. And I never saw myself having a kid. I have one now and she's 6. And I couldn't imagine not having her around. It's just like having my cat. I couldn't imagine not having him. But at one point I didn't want one. Maybe I shouldn't imagine myself not having a boyfriend and I would have a boyfriend. But the Hierophant is, I don't know why I'm getting emotional right now. I don't know why. It just came, it creeped up just now. It's creeping up in the back of my eyes and the back of my throat. The Hierophant is this holier than thou feeling to me. It's a comfort. Not to me. I mean, especially the way I'm seeing it here. You know, he's always depicted like he's a priest, you know, as some religious figure as the Hierophant. But something about the fact that it is a religious figure, it brings it all home. Like, it gives it structure. It gives it like a sense of belonging and a purpose and a direction. It's very clear and guided. Compared to the High Priestess, which is more mysterious and intuitive and like... The Hierophant now feels grounded. Grounded in something. Like, it's plain as day. Like, it's plain as day that's his priest, you know? And most times, it's depicted with people below him looking at him as in like a sense of guidance or teachings and shit like that. I never felt the Hierophant like that until right this moment. Like, believing in something higher than yourself. And not just religiously speaking or spiritually speaking, but just like in any sense. Believing in something bigger than yourself is having like a plan almost. A blueprint that you can go by. Whether it's a new job and it's handbook, employee handbook. Tells you everything, how to do everything and what you need to know and blah blah blah. So that's a interesting card to just like flip out just now to set the tone of the reading, because I wasn't sure what I was reading. I just know I wanted to read. I'm gonna stick them back in because I was still like shuffling and talking about my life. It's kind of... Is that better? I don't know. All of my cards just went flying. And here he is. Under everything that just flew out. It's like a whole story. You know what? I kind of want to now that he's there. I'm just entertaining the idea. This is a lot of cards to be reading. But let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 cards. So 6. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 6 cards. This is cool. I'll do it. I've seen people read cards like this. This is a lot for me, but I'll read it the way I'm feeling the need to read it. I fucking love these cards. It's like I forgot I even had them. This is and then I guess you're staying there like you were supposed to. Okay, so I would normally, I don't know if you can see, I don't want to move my screen or anything because I don't want anything to get weird on me. But I drew 18 cards, not including the Hierophant card because it was like there. And I was like, oh, how fitting. So we're going to read it this way now. There was 18 cards, so I did 3 rows of 6. It's perfect. And I'm going to read them how I normally read 5 to 6 cards, which is across. Then I'm going to use the rows underneath it because I have 6, 6, 6. I'm going to read them like this as like its own column to give it more clarity. That's the best I got. It's a lot. So give me a second. Let's just start with the first row because I'm looking at everything. I'm like, I'm looking at everything and I'm also thinking about something else. Judgment, reverse, 8 of Wands, the Lovers, the Knight of Pentacles, the Tower, and Strength. The Judgment in reverse, 8 of Wands upright. Judgment in reverse is ignoring the call. 8 of Wands upright feels like the call is coming. There is a lot of communication and action movement towards having to make a choice around this calling. Because like between I'm talking like you guys can see. I swear I need like an overhead shot of my cards while I talk with my hands. Judgment in reverse. The Hierophant is looking over all of this, so there's some sort of message in here that the Hierophant's trying to deliver. Because he's even, the way he's positioned on the card in the corner of my table, it's like he's looking at the message and waiting for me to see it. The 8 of Wands, this card, it talks about, hold on, this right here needs to be a little closer. Maybe it's too close, I don't know. I don't know if that was better or worse. Or maybe I need to make it lower, dimmer. Whatever. So this is the 8 of Wands. All those wands are coming to you with action-oriented things. Like, I don't know, it could be encounters, acquaintances, actual communication, but it's more physical communication. So, I mean, there's a lot of energy coming from the Judgment card in reverse towards you. But the Judgment card is reverse, and that is like ignoring the calling. There is something that's calling you forth, or calling you to your purpose or true self or whatever, like the calling, and you're ignoring it. Or you're ignoring it and you're like distracting yourself from that calling with action oriented things. So you have a lot of energy going in all sorts of directions. With the Eight of Wands is what I'm getting now. After that, we have the Lover's card. The Lover's card doesn't always mean lovers and romance. It also feels like a choice that needs to be made. Like, are you going to collaborate or go about some sort of situation alone? But there is communication towards the Lover's card, which is the Eight of Wands going towards the Lover's card, or it's judgment sending these things towards the lovers so you can make a choice. Like, what are you going to do? Huh? You going to go about it alone, or are you going to go about it cohabiting in this life? And I don't know in which way, you know? The lovers create, and I did see a meme that said it had the lover's card like drawing, and it was a crap drawing, but the judgment angel was on the top, which could be this guy. I believe that was a judgment, or was it temperance that's above the lovers in the tarot. I don't know, but that's something to look into. But it had the angel on the top, and around the angel were like all of these old gods. And then it said very funnily, "Are you winning, bro?" And then below you see the lovers, but it's like a stick people drawing, like a kid drew it. And it's a guy holding a gun and holding his girlfriend who's pregnant, or his wife, whoever. And they're in the forest, and there's mushrooms and there's trees, and he's like, "Yeah, bro," or something like that. Yes. So that also has, well, that image of just the fact that the lady was pregnant, because I normally don't see a pregnant woman in the lover's card, but that is a choice right there, to be in some sort of marriage relationship that is gonna birth something new, in that sense, because the way it was drawn. The lovers here in this one, it's a spirit holding on to a dancer, but this is still a possibility because it's not even solidified yet. It's still an idea or a shadow or just a sense. I don't quite know right now. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna skip that one because the lover's kind of like throwing me for a loop, to be honest. I just know for sure it's a choice that you need to make. Now, if I have to look down to the clarifiers, it's still confusing the fuck out of me. We got the Six of Swords, which is moving away from a situation, and the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So, this is connecting love and money to me right now. And I don't want to say the lovers is about love, but it's a partnership that you are moving from. It's a shadowy figure for a reason. In this reading, I normally don't just stick on this shadowy figure, but this was like what it once was, and now we are moving forward. The calling is something to do with some sort of collaboration, and you're choosing to be more of an independent person. But with that choice, you're losing on a lot. Like, you're losing on this Ten of Pentacles energy. Like, it has flipped. You're surrendering. I should probably move back now, because I read the clarifier for the lovers. Now I want to read the clarifiers for the Judgment card and the Eight of Wands. You have made a choice with the lovers. I said you need to make a choice. You've made a choice to move on, but with baggage, because of the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is clarifying the Lover's card. Okay? This is moving away from baggage. I know the way I'm holding it right now, it's actually more like this. Doesn't show that, but moving away with all of these swords. And swords are like things in the mind, ideas. So whatever, you're just moving moving away. But then you're losing on this trunk of cash here. It's in reverse, so it's delayed, but it's also, I think, you have given up that by making this choice. So it's going to be a hard decision to make this choice, and I think that's why the figure is there as like a ghostly figure, because it's like, I think you're struggling with that idea, even though you know which way you truly desire to move. But I think with that trunk of cash, it's linked with like this. It's like almost linked with like the Hierophant energy. It's like, if I go about it traditionally, like get married, have a kid, I will be good. By by the way I've seen other people do it traditionally, they seem to be fine. Maybe they're not happy, but they're fine. Moving back to the Judgment card, our first card, about the calling. We got him in reverse, okay? So that means you're ignoring the call, or they're really trying to wake you up, but you're like not listening. We have the Fool in reverse, clarifying that. It makes sense. So not only are you ignoring the call, but you're ignoring this new thing that's trying to come into your life. And I think it's revolved around working diligently at whatever it is that you're working on, because it's also clarified by the Eight of Pentacles, which is becoming mastery in this one thing instead of like all things. But mastering your skills or craft at whatever this one thing is. It's interesting. There's cobwebs at the ones that are on the top. So this is very, it's taking a long time. The Judgment is calling you new beginning. Something with these cobwebs are making it feel like it's just old, or like not really going anywhere. You're just kind of like making the same thing, I mean, there's cobwebs everywhere actually when I look at it. There are cherry blossoms in the back, and there's something about those cherry blossoms that mean something, but I don't know. But I just feel like they mean something. Let me see. I'm just gonna look up what cherry blossoms mean in tarot. But either way, I think it's trying to urge you to take a new direction, because of the way this card looks. All that's sticking out to me right now are the cobwebs. I can't seem to even see that this card is about productivity and diligence and repetition. It feels almost stuck, and I don't see it like that often, ever. It just means keep working at it. But the cobwebs are giving it a different feel. It's giving it a lost, like stuck in a loop kind of feel, like a Twilight Zone almost. Like you thought you were there for only 5 minutes going at this thing, but really you have been in it for 10 years, and look at all that you've done, and you thought you were just working on this one for 10 minutes. It's like you're lost. You're lost in your work. Maybe this is what is that term where you work so hard? Workaholic. This feels very workaholic, but it's not getting anywhere. With the cobwebs. The cobwebs are tripping me out right now. But let me see what the cherry blossoms mean. I know it means something more positive. I just feel it. Fuck you, Lift. You're pissing me off. Cherry blossom. Meaning tarot. And you know, the Fool reverse and the Judgment reverse kind of amplifies that feeling too. Cherry blossoms generally symbolize renewal, new beginnings, the fleeting nature of life, and the importance of approaching beauty in the moment, much like the real world meaning, highlighting the short lived yet vibrant blooming period, often associated with concepts of carpe diem, seize the day. Okay, now that vibe is the Fool, and that's funny because like the Fool has the same colors as the cherry blossoms, but the thing is, the cherry blossoms are outside, behind the stained glass, and you are steadfast in your work, not noticing anything. So it's like, yeah, the Judgment card is calling you outside. It's calling you outside. It's calling you out. Because even the Fool has almost the same garment colors as the gentleman inside, but a little more vibrant, a little more fun, obviously, because he's a Fool. He's happier, but that energy is seize the moment, seize the day. And being in this room with all the cobwebs, like how long have you been in there doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over? Is it getting anywhere? Because it doesn't look like it's getting anywhere. It looks like you're just like, I don't want to say dying, because you're not dying. You're working hard, blindly almost. You're just kind of like fading away into your work. And the Judgment card is calling you in a sense of like stepping out of that realm that you're working so hard in. Like, here's a new opportunity to see something brighter, different, newer, instead of the same humdrum thing you're doing here that you're stuck on. Now, moving into the Eight of Wands, I had said it was communication from Judgment, the angels, the universe, or your actions to like block out that calling. Like, you're clearly ignoring, or you don't hear it at all. I think you don't hear it at all, because the cherry blossoms are behind this thing. There's even a mouse here, and I don't know what the mouse is doing. He's sitting right there on the table looking at you working. I don't know if he's communicating with you, or he's just watching you, or what is a mouse? What is a mouse but a mouse? A mouse in tarot can be part of a deck of cards that replaces human characters with mice. Some mouse tarot decks are inspired by okay, mice. Mice is more than one. A mouse is one. Mouse meaning in tarot. Humility and simplicity. No, mouse symbolism is centered on the idea of having the ability to accomplish anything in life regardless of your size. Is this working out for you? I don't know. Resourcefulness. Untrustworthy people. Okay. Take that where it resonates. The unworthy people representing the mouse in the Eight of Pentacles, overlooking you hard at work. That's not nice. But that's just a little nugget for whoever it resonates with. But moving on. The Eight of Wands is clarified by the High Priestess and the Star. So not only is this action-packed, sometimes chaotic energy, not too much chaotic, just a lot of energy put into a lot of different directions. Sometimes it's not like focused, you know, like this is. This is very focused, singular. This is multi. This is like a lot of different angles, you know, a lot of energy put into a lot of different areas. Sometimes it's scattered, unfocused. But it's represented, it's replaced, it's clarified by the high priestess, the mysterious intuitive one, and the star, which is the universe guiding force. It has such a different sense now, the Eight of Wands. This card. I'm going to represent these two beings as these two beautiful women that's represented by these cards. They're kind of naked, so I might get banned, or my thing might be... I'll just hold it kind of far back so you don't see. But we have the star and the high priestess here, and the star here. They're both sending this, they are both backing this energy. And now the sun it's glowing more than what I noticed earlier. It's glowing more than before when I was just reading it by itself. I almost didn't even take notice of it. But now with the star and the high priestess, the moon, the high priestess is the moon. She's guided by the moon, which symbolizes intuition. And the star is there. It's like moon, star, sun. Or the star is the sun, but brighter. What are they doing? There is a sense of trust here. And in your part, that you're trusting in what you are doing and what you are putting out there. Now the judgment doesn't feel like a calling. It feels like the calling. You are being called out of that comfort zone. This feels very comfortable. It's so comfortable, there's fucking cobwebs everywhere, you know? And you don't mind it. There's even a little mousey just like keeping you entertained. You got your little company, your books, this dingy ass room, and this beautiful view of cherry blossoms that's urging you to come out of that comfort zone. And by being in that comfort zone, you're ignoring the Fool, which is the new beginnings, and you're ignoring some sort of calling that's really calling to your soul. Like, you're not able to get any of that because you're there in this room doing whatever it is you're doing and going nowhere. You are perfecting and becoming a master at it because that's the only thing you're good at. Not saying it's not good to be only good at one thing, but it's better than being a jack of all trades. But I'm not saying that's where we're going. I just feel like there's other opportunities, other action, there's other like energy you can be putting out there to get something more truer to yourself. And that is what the cherry blossoms are symbolizing to me right outside this window that you're not looking. They're feeling like, all right, it's a push for something new. It's new life. It's fleeting, but because it says cherry blossoms only live for a short period of time. I think like any flower, I guess. So it's like, bloom when you can bloom, because it's short-lived, so just bloom. Fuck. I don't know if that means anything for anybody. So we're ignoring that to stay in this comfort zone, and we're moving forward with the Eight of Wands, action, and then you're backed with the High Priestess and the Star, which is trust in the universe and in trusting in yourself, which is grounding to me. And by you being grounded, you're able to send out this energy that's gonna be receptive better than, unfocused energy. It does feel a little scattered because there's like a lot of them. Eight of Wands. But you're gonna hit bullseye somewhere. And I don't know. So we're moving on to the Lovers, Six of Swords, and the Pentacles. There was a decision here that needed to be made, and I think you made it. But there is this lingering feeling of, what if? But I think that's something you need to decide on. And I only think that it's a what if because of those swords. These ideas that you had, you're carrying them with you into the new. And I don't think it's that good of a move, because it's gonna depict your actions once you get to this new shore, and I only say the new shore because of the Six of Swords, you're moving, but this is also intuitive because we got the same moon, crescent moon, that's in the High Priestess in the Six of Swords, and it's coming right after. In the second row of 6 cards, it's the High Priestess. Let's do it like this. It's the High Priestess, and then, actually it's like this. This is how I see it on my side. It's the High Priestess, and then the Six of Swords coming at right after. So it's very intuitive. You're feeling your feelings there, very Cancer-esque. No, I can't say that because I don't know how Cancers act emotionally. I know they're passive, but that's here nor there. And then the Ten of Pentacles. It's like that was what you're going to be sacrificing for something more than just coin or whatever the traditional route is. There's some sort of stability that that has something to do with this choice. You're sacrificing something to do with that Ten of Pentacles, the coins, the foundation, the happy, the home, something's changing in that area, and you're making the change. You're choosing a different route, and I think that route it's only to do with you. It's not some sort of collaboration. And when you collaborate, yes, the profit is bigger because now it's double the whatever. Sorry. When you collaborate, whether it's in a relationship, marriage, in a relationship in any sense, marriage in any sense, there's a better chance of more profit. Because now there's 2 heads in it instead of just one. Not saying that you can't do it yourself, which you clearly can. You clearly can. But yeah, you're giving up that. Now, by making this choice, it's like you made it kind of hard for yourself. It's like you're starting all over. Instead of like doing the collaboration and joining some sort of foundation, you're now moving on alone, right into a little bit of a setback. Because I only think it's a setback because you have to now create on your own, and this is something new for you. Because the next card is the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. The page clarified by the Page of Pentacles in reverse, and then clarified again by the Three of Cups, which I'm not crazy about. But it's not in reverse, so that's good. I think there's going to be a group of people that's going to help you emotionally stay sound. It's going to help you, like, when times are a little unclear or rough or just heavy, especially when it comes to your money, finances, stability, structure. When it's a little shaky or unsure, there's going to be people that are there to support you emotionally, to help you through those times, to keep it cheery and light. And that's what the Three of Cups is representing to me right now by being clarified with these guys. Now, you have kind of a lot of work to do because both of your pages, both of your court pentacle cards, the Knight and the Page, are both in reverse. The Page in reverse is a very ignorant sense towards money or any financial matters. And then it's clarifying the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Now, I need a little help. Describing the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Upright, he's kind of like just before he moves any further, he's making plans and making sure that any kind of movement will be a lucrative one. But when he's in reverse, I'm not too sure what that means. It might actually mean that he is stuck and unable to move because he's not clear on where to even move to. And it could be because of the ignorance that he holds around the material world, you know? He doesn't have a mature sense on like how things work in the world or whatever. But that's just an underlying subconscious belief in that area of his life, his, hers, whatever, because you are being shown as the knight. So there is a sense of maturity. It's just, I think after the severance of something, some path that you were about to take, remember you had a choice, the lovers, either this way or that way. You chose this way, you moved on, which, you know, which meant that this is no longer an option, the Ten of Pentacles. And now you're kind of like, still, like you had that sense with that, I don't know, there was something you had a sense of this. But getting out of your comfort zone and going about it from the beginning, but not quite the beginning, not the page, even though you have the page underlying the Knight of Pentacles, there's still a sense of fear. And I see the Strength card further up, so, and the Tower, we'll get to that. There is a sense, oh, that's beautiful, the Tower, what I see right now. Okay. You do still have the sense of ignorance, because I think there was probably like a damn, what's that word when you're reliant on somebody else and there's like, it's kind of toxic. I can't think of the word, but yeah, I think if you know what I'm talking about, I think you were severing yourself from that. It's funny that I'm using the word severance. It's that show. But anyway, you're coming from that and it's leaving you a little handicapped. And I think that's what the page is representing in the material world. I just had it like right there and I was gonna spit it out. Damn, I can't think of the word. When it's a toxic partnership, when you're both like can't do or can't anything with the other person, or that one person relies solely on the other person's guidance and shit and can't think for themselves, so they're, fuck man, it's gonna bother me. So anyway, so yeah, the page is representing that and it's there. But the source of community that's going to be presented during this time of severance is going to be very helpful for you emotionally. And I think just keeping your emotions high is going to help you navigate these foundation rebuilding kind of financial like stones you're going to be stepping on. Because right now you're not moving. I think you're afraid to move because you don't know how to move, because you've always been told where to go and how to go and this and that. But you're in a good stance. You're still a knight, okay? You have it in you to trek ahead of yourself. You have it in you to make plans and know where to go and trust that the steps that you take are going to be lucrative, are going to be good for your foundation and rebuilding, you know? Now the next cards is the Tower. And as much as I don't like towers, I love towers. No, as much as I love towers, when they're in reverse, it's annoying. They're already annoying upright. When they're reversed, it's like extra annoying. It's like, oh my god, just let it happen. The Tower here we got it in reverse, which means of a very painful destruction in your foundation. And it is painful because, like I said about the page representing this toxic, I can't spit it out, this toxic approach to your financials. Maybe God, I can't think of it. It's like it wants to come out of me, but I can't. And once it comes out of me, it's gonna be like the tower is shattering that last piece of something that needs to be shattered for you to be able to fully transform into your new you, which is that new, the fool upright, the judgment upright. Because right now it's all reversed because we're stuck in our comfort zone, our old ways of making that money, or I don't know why I just said it like that, making that money, and just going about life, financial, the way you go about structure and stuff. I don't know. That's being dismantled. Your belief system about revolving around finances and material world stuff is gonna change drastically. I keep thinking of its coherence, codependency. Codependency. That's what that was. There was some sense of codependency, but now you willingly moved away from all of that because of your own intuition and the guiding force of the universe that you're trusting in. It's taking you down this path that's going to be rough because you are severing yourself from something that was toxic. But that toxicity came with a lot of structure and fluff to make you feel so fucking comfortable that you were literally like dying in this room. I don't know. There's something about that room that's just like no growth. You're just gonna eventually that spider that's down there is gonna wrap you up in its own web. And that just flew out of my hand. And you're gonna be cocooned in there for all eternity. But you're getting that this is the calling, this is the new life that's trying to present itself. It's trying to call you out. It's trying to, but it's hard. But you're intuitively making the choice to move because I think you are aware. But you are still like that shadowy figure is there. That old life, that old you is kind of like it's struggling with that, but we're doing it. The support team is there, the Three of Cups. They're going to be there while you're going through this transition. Now moving on to the Tower. Destruction, stable being ripped, but it's going to be hard because of that codependency relationship you had in the past and how it's made you stuck. And when there's no choice, I think you're trusting in the universal forces, whatever you believe in, religiously or not. You're trusting in yourself and in the universe to take you where you need to go. So what's coming next, the Tower, is also backed by the world. This has to happen. And you're okay with it. Okay, we also have the Ace of Swords. So there's a little bit of sense of there's going to be like a very unclear reason as to why this is happening. It's not going to look like, oh, this has to fall apart for something better to come. It's not even going to look like that. It's already going to be painful because of the Tower. It's in reverse. It's already going to be like unwilling change. When the Tower's in reverse, okay, when it's upright, it's not willing either. But it's a softer blow even though your identity's getting ripped. When it's in reverse, it's like you are so stuck on this ego identity of yourself and your world that you have created that to be able to get to where you truly want, because there's some sort of sense, it's like these are almost like prayers, like just fucking take me where I need to go, fuck, I don't know, I need help, guidance. It was like, okay, and then the domino effect happens, and this is where we are now, or this is where it's going to get to, the Tower in reverse. You're going to be at a place where you're so stuck on like, this is who I am. I don't know how to go past this. And I'm actually afraid because look at what I've built. Like, I cannot imagine losing all this. And that fear, this is ego big time. This is all ego. Well, it's gotta go. It's gotta go to get anywhere. It's gotta go to get anywhere. Because you're not even moving. Even when you did move away from the toxic relationship of whatever it was, could be friends, family, work, friends, I don't know. You were still stuck. You were still not moving because there was a part of you that was unable to just make sound decisions when it comes to your own stability. So we gotta knock you out of this tower because I don't even know who built that. It's not you anyway. It could be part of this, it could be the remnants of the past thing, because we do have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse here, clarifying the lovers. Part of one of the cards clarifying the lovers. So at the end of the day, that had to go. If that relationship left, this little segment that you're still stuck in, it's gotta go too. Because at the end of the day, it's the world. It has to happen. Look at that. Look at the way she looks. Paired with the sword, the Ace of Swords, is the unclarity, the sense of unknowing. I don't know. Things are a little unclear. It's gonna be. Because you know why? We're going through the shedding. The next cards is strength, and it's clarified by the Two of Swords and the Death card reverse. There's still a sense of unable to transform yourself or allowing a transformation to happen. This is like pulling teeth. It's like you want to change, but you don't want to change. You want to change this way, but when it's changed that way, you're like really resistant of it. And then you're right back to a choice that you need to make. It's like in life, we have to make a choice. We go through that choice, and then we're gonna be presented with another choice, and we're gonna be presented with another until we fucking die. And that's just how life is. Life is all about choices and the consequences. And most of the time, it's not even consequences. It's just the effects of your choices, and you just kind of like, I'm not preaching to the choir, am I? This is all overlooked by the Hierophant, which is hard to understand for me right now. Is this how life is? I mean, I literally just said this is how life is. Choices, consequences. Choices, effects. Blah, blah, blah. But is this literally life? It's like I'm trying to see it and I'm trying to feel it, and I feel like the message is right there for me. There is a fucking sun reflecting off of this car, and it's hitting me right, like square right here. And it literally feels like these little beams of light. I'm gonna pull all of them that have that beam of light there. Look right here too. This one's not as bright. They're staying here. This one? No. I mean, the Hierophant has the beam, but he's standing in front of it. He's standing in front of that light. But these are the lights that I see in my cards right now. It's definitely feeling like this one. You can't tell how bright it is off of my camera, but this is one. This is definitely one. Yeah, it feels like that one. This one. This one's not as bright. No, yeah, it is. Right underneath the world. And then reflecting off of his little thing. It's bright, but it's not that bright. His hand is blocking the brightness. But anyway, it's more so these three are bright as fuck. And that's what I'm seeing in my mind's eye. It's like pegging me right in my eye. You see these three? These three cards could be the message. Eight of Wands, the Lovers, and the World.
The Eight of Wands tarot card represent rapid action, movement, and progress. It can also indicate new news or communication. You might be experiencing a rapid growth and expansion in your career. Your hard work might be paying off and you're gaining momentum towards your financial goals. You might be able to receive positive news or decisions about your career. You might be receiving new information or communication. You might be able to share something important, so you should be clear and direct. You should consider other forms of communication, such as a body language. In general, you might be feeling like you're growing rapidly. You might be feeling like you're bursting out of your shell and are finally able to make the impact you desire. That's literally what this feels like. Bursting out of your shell. Decisions. Oh my gosh, yeah. These three light beaming cards, I was like, this might be the message in here. We got bursting with energy, the lovers, and then the world. I don't know what to say about it, to be honest. And this is all the Hierophant. Oh yeah, I didn't even really go into the strength. The last card is strength, and is clarified by the Two of Swords and the Death card in reverse. Oh yeah, I did kind of go into it a little bit. But yeah, we have the strength card. And the strength is literally looking right at the Tower. It's like, this has to happen. It's not going to be easy at all. It's going to be like earth-shattering, world-shattering, and that's the world as you know it is going to be world-shattering. But you have it. You have the ability to move through these things. You are moving through these things because it's like, how did you get out of the room? I don't know if you got out of the room. I'm talking about this room, the catacomb room. I said, how did you get out of the room? Because I thought you got out of it. There's another message that just came to me, and it could really mean some. Everything I just read is you staying in the room and living that life. Everything you're doing in here, perfecting and mastering in, is leading to nothing. Absolutely nothing. But nothing. It's like somebody who has a mental illness and is just withering away at something that they're just hyperfixated on and can't live in the world. It's being supported by somebody else, because I just pulled this card, because I was like, did you leave the room? And then this King of Pentacles in reverse, because all of your Pentacle cards except this one it's the Catacomb room, is in reverse. And your subconscious is a page. It's immature, but there's a King of Pentacles here in reverse that I put on top. This relationship definitely is toxic. This relationship is toxic. I believe you are aware of it, and you're going to take action moving towards it, moving away from it, because you cannot live your life as yours until you sever this umbilical cord that you have in this one area of your life to be able to live a life that is truly and fully yours. Like, all about it is just yours. You made it. You created it, curated it, and you're thriving in it, or I'm thinking of something else before thriving. Developing it,
nourishing it, like growing in it, like it's all yours with your name on it, kind of shit. And that takes a lot of dismantling, physically and mentally. So, and this is the only cup you have in this freaking reading, and it's this cheerful Three of Cups. So there is a community. And I say community like as just a group of people, not a fucking, where everybody meets up at the hall and talks, like an AA meeting or something. No, I mean it could be too, but I'm talking about like it could be an AA meeting for some people, because this dismantling of your world is gonna be, if you have any sense of there's no devil here, there's no signs of addiction, but if you do have an addiction or something, this will derail you. This could derail you. I don't want to say it will. This could derail you depending on you and your mind and your habits and strengths. So this could be an AA meeting to keep you straight. But these people, this community of people, whether it's your workplace that you have a good camaraderie with, I mean, there's good camaraderie there. I don't know if that's the right way of saying or using that word. Or just like a group of family members that you can entrust. Like somebody, a therapy group. If you got a lot of money, you got a lot of people that help you. Like you have a doctor, a therapist, and a lawyer. You can all sit together and talk about your life. I don't know. Just a group of people that is going to keep you up and light. That's what this is about. And it's the one little area here that's very joyful and playful. And it's revolving the emotions. And I think your emotions are not going to be like, I mean, there's no sense of emotion. There's just a lot of mental, financial, and transformational things happening in one action-oriented card. I really don't know how the Hierophant plays in all of this. Maybe you do, and you're like, I see it, I know it. Good for you. I can't see it right now because the Hierophant is just tripping me out with the whole tradition thing, and it's like, this is kind of out of tradition because, like I said in the beginning, the only thing that was pushed on me, and I know it gets pushed on a lot of girls out there, I think, is to get married, have children, that shit. And that to me is traditional. Get married, have kids, have a job, take care of the house, eventually get a dog or a cat, and then, raise your kids, have them go to college, retire, and then travel the world if you get it like that, and then die. Like, that to me is traditional living. Untraditional is anything outside of that. Like unorthodox. I don't know if that's a word. It is a word, but I don't know if that's the word I should be using. Anyway. Oh, I'm done. I have to pop my chest. I need to finish it with something. Oh yeah, there is a card underneath that I never look, and I normally do. It's the card, overall energy card. I know that I thought it was a Hierophant, but I still have to look. The Eight of Cups. Here's the other cups. This movement, excuse me. Sorry. I kept coming up and it was like, let me just get it out. The Eight of Cups is about, ooh, woo, ooh. Oh my gosh. Ah! The devil. Ooh. Okay, enough. Enough! Well, I picked this up, and then look who's behind this. Ooh! This guy looks hot. he's he's the fire king, the king of wands, man. He's like, he's good. He's hot. He's sexy. He's like, I can get whatever I want. He really can. Anyway, that's behind that. And after that is the Two of Cups in reverse. Toxic. With the Two of Pentacles, again, somebody's in the money. The Devil in reverse. No, the Devil in reverse. That's good. Getting over addictions and codependencies and negative self-talk and bad habits and shit like that. It's getting over. But that's not here nor there, even though this guy is screaming at me right now. Because I was looking at this guy who feels very comfortable in dictating things about your finances and your world and controlling your foundation and shit. I don't know who that is, but it's not healthy. They're not doing it in a helpful way, or they're doing it in a handicap way. And they're deluding you. And that's not cool, and that's what we're getting out of. So it's almost like a drug. You're going through a withdrawal here. Like, once you make the decision to move away, you're going to go through withdrawal. And it's going to be painful. And the AA meeting might be yeah, it could be actually a thing. And I'm not saying withdrawal by drugs. No, I mean a withdrawal from a lifestyle. A mental way of being. Like, a withdrawal like that. But you have the strength. And you gotta keep making the choice to stay focused and not fall back and relapse back into that world. Yeah, the reference to the drug life is real here. And you're just gonna have to trust in the process, and you are. You just gotta keep it up. Then we have this King of Wands. This King of Wands. He feels angry. Like, what do you think you're doing? It's like he turned from this passive, warm, seemingly patient king to a fucking like angry, like, what are you doing and where are you going? So you might have a little pushback. Seeing the Eight of Cups in reverse, it kind of feels a little... It's also a very hard to move card. This is the overall energy. Yes, I did say this because we have the Six of Swords, which you did willingly, but you did in the night, and I think unknowing to anyone of what your plans were. You just kind of let go. And then the Tower in reverse also speaks of a hard transformation. The King of Pentacles with the Page of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles reversed with the Page of Pentacles reversed speaks of something hard and unmoving. And then we got the Strength, then the Death card in reverse, the Unclarity, the Ace of Swords. There is a lot of bumps and cracks. There's a lot of bumps and rocks and mountains to go while you're going through this transformation. And I think you see that. Like, you know that it's going to be rough through these trees and over these mountains. That's why you're not taking that move. Like, you're really, really... And then at the same time, you have this fuming king that's, like, observing you, and you guys are not even compatible. You're not. I think at one point you were, but now the connection is not the same. And they're over here struggling with their own... getting over their own shit and own addictions, and also trying to create something with what they got. And I don't think they have much. They portray this big bad energy, but they don't have much to give. They really don't. But they're really working that Two of Pentacles like they're the king of the world and shit. That's deception. There is a lot of moons in this. We got the High Priestess, the Star has the moon in it. The High Priestess has a moon, the Lovers, the Six of Wands has a moon in it. The Lovers has a moon in it. The Two of Swords has a moon in it. This Eight of Pentacles has a moon in it. Eight of Cups has a moon in it. The Fool has a moon in it. Yeah, there's a lot of moons. Too many moons speaks of too much illusion. Too much mystery, not enough information. Too much darkness, not enough clarity. And that is what the Ace of Swords reverse speaks. Lack of clarity. But, yeah. This is just the road to what you truly desire. It's not pretty, it's not easy,
But with enough determination and diligence, you can get to where you need to be, and strength within yourself and in the process. You can get to where you are truly desiring to be. And that is you, yourself, your own curation. Why am I saying curation? Creation. Curation is probably a thing because you're curating it and creating it and keeping it and nurturing it, and it's yours to call yours everything. No more hand-me-downs or handouts or being the charity for somebody else, the charity poster child for somebody else. Look what I did for her, for him. I'm a good person, but really they're their own agenda. I don't know what they're all about, but they're not true. They're not true, and they are disabling you. But you're working through it, because if you choose, this is the choice: either you or cohabitating with someone else, and whatever direction you're gonna take is where I think the Hierophant comes in and sets the tone, depending on the choice you make. If you want to go it with somebody else, it sets the tone with that traditional path. If you want to go with it alone, it sets the tone for that traditional path. Like, the Hierophant is just waiting for you to make a choice. So he can be like, boom, boom, lays out the path for you. Like how he does with his teachings. The structure. He sets the structure and the tone. Okay, that is it. I like that a lot. Power to you, bro. Chick. It's not going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth it. It's going to be hard to let go of things that you depended on for so long. So long. There's fucking cobwebs developing in this room, and you have made not one pentacle but 8, and to craft 8 pentacles, I feel like it's like 8 years of just years in this chair creating the same shit, going nowhere. And then this overseer overseeing your steadfastness to their plans. He's the King of Pentacles, and that is what you're creating. The pentacle that he's wearing on his head, his crown, his money, his prosperity. It's not yours. It's theirs. That's why the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. It's not yours. It's never been yours to have. It's theirs. That's why they're both in reverse. It's theirs, babe. Sir. It's theirs. All theirs. This could be a job. I don't know. You take it where it resonates. But that is all I have. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. And I'm glad you made it this far. I'm glad I made it this far. I'm glad my computer made it this far. Thank you so much, my little computer. You didn't freeze up on me. But with that being said, I'm going to let it go. I want to pull an oracle. I really do. And I wanted to I wanted to pull I want to pull Signs of Times. No? I'm gonna pull a quickie. The Cosmic Insight. Get a little bit, look what's on the bottom of the deck. Intuition. The red flags you ignore now will come back to bite later. The red flags you ignore now will come back to bite you later. I'm kind of dealing with something like that currently. And that one threw me for a loop, because I was like, I would have never thought in a million years that this was going to affect me now. And it wasn't like years ago. It was only a few months ago, and it's now affecting me now. I'm like, whoa. But it's all good. I'm trusting in the process. But it's wild. It's fucking wild. Alright, let me get a little cardy card. I know I got one. This one's like not. Love spell, you've been bewitched. Okay. Yeah, by this Knight of Pentacles, convincing you that whatever the fuck, convincing you literally. Let me get another one. Okay, there's two more and they split, and I think I saw liar. Oh my god! Now it makes sense. Liar. Now it makes sense. Remember when I was like, what is this little mouse just watching you do your thing in this room? It's that's what I said the mouse represent. And I was like, I don't know, that's for a few of you. I don't know. I don't want to think about that. What is it? Where is it? Anyway, love spell. You have been bewitched. Liar. Be careful of someone sneaky. And divorce. Experiencing a breakup. And that is exactly what you're experiencing. When you break up with somebody, at least for me, I do go through a sense of withdrawal. I go through this sense of like needing to talk to them, needing them around, even though we're not talking. I just want to be known through them, you know, like I'm seen, I'm still alive. And then a breakup with alcohol for me, I just told myself, I'm like, you know what? I don't have an unhealthy anymore. I don't have an unhealthy relationship with alcohol, but I still see, man, I don't know how to say it now, but at the time I was talking to myself and I was like, I said it plain as day, and it was like a sense of clarity for me about my relationship with alcohol. And how like, I'm not irresponsible with it, but I do still want it when I'm happy, and I want it when I'm sad. And I don't see myself like, I mean, at one time I did, but I still feel this, I still have an interesting relationship with it. I'm not completely detached from drinking. And that clarity came to me like a couple days ago, actually. Anyway, divorce, experiencing a breakup. Imagine what experiencing breaking up with something that you have so long been connected to. This is what this whole story is about. This whole, like, everything. Down to the transformation, down to the group of people of support, down to the choices you need to make, the tower breaking, the struggle, the strength, the naiveness, because that naiveness is this codependency that you had with this past relationship, and because you've been, you know, relying on them with everything, and in this case, with all of your foundation, it's like you're afraid to be financially independent, and financially, I mean, stability, and have your own sense of stability. Like, it's not there because it's been handicapped for I don't know how long. Can we go now? I want to go back to the mouse. Okay, untrustworthy people. It said the mouse can point to some envy, although usually the Lenormand snake or fox is best for this. The mouse suggests untrustworthy people. And this is what this shit is clarifying, bro. You're working for them. You're working for them in some way, not like literally. It could be for some, literally your workplace, you're making the money for the man, and that's the man overwatching you, keeping you there to keep feeding them what they need to sustain their legacy and keeping their box full, you know what I mean? So yeah, I feel like you already know this. It's just that umbilical cord is real, okay? That's been your sense of nourishment, like comfort, everything, life, literally, like vitality, everything has been through this umbilical cord with this relationship. It's severing, it's divorce, it's a breakup, it's all that. And you're ready. Like, you're looking at the path that's laid out in front of you by making this choice. There is a lot of fear, but you're going to do it. This reading is just about how it's going to pan out and play out for you if you play your cards right and not fall back and relapse. The love spell part, you've been bewitched. I don't believe in like the whole spell thing. I'm like, who has all that time and energy to fucking put a spell on you? Because I don't do spells, but from what I see and hear, it takes a lot of energy to fucking do that. A lot of concentrated energy to put a spell on somebody. It's like, damn. How much does this person want to have control over you and or hate you to do that? Either way, and in either case, just have your protection and your guards up, okay? Do whatever it is you gotta do. Pray to the Lords to protect you from any evil eyes. Wear the evil eye thing, like whatever. Do whatever it is you think you gotta do to protect your mind, your heart, your soul, and your auric field. Like, I don't know. Do whatever it is you think you need to do. But there is somebody definitely who's a liar and is pretending that they're bigger than thou, but really you're just feeding into their shit. And you're doing it blindly. Mind you, there's a window with cherry blossoms right outside. You just gotta step out of this catacomb. I call it a catacomb. I know what a catacomb is, but at the time when I first said it, I was comparing it to a cocoon, but now I realize a catacomb is like not a cocoon. It's definitely, what is he doing? It's definitely something bigger, but it's dead. Okay, it's where the dead reside, and that's technically where you're gonna be. Okay, I hope that helped. I enjoyed it. And I really, really believe it's helping somebody out there. If they even come across my videos, I'm so like in the dark and in the corners of this YouTube web that, yeah. And I just recently took my link off of my Instagram because I started getting embarrassed again or like shy. I was like, I don't want people to see me, but I want people to see me. How am I going to get my shit out there if I don't want to be seen but want to be seen? I feel like the right people who want to see it will see it. Not the right people, but the people who need to see it will see it. And that's good enough for me. So thanks for staying up until this point. I appreciate you. And I guess until the next one, have a blessed day. Okay? You got this. Bye.